If you're struggling with your forehand, it's not where you want it to be, maybe you can't get the top spin you want, maybe it's not as heavy as you want, there's something that you may be overlooking, and what you're overlooking is the grip. Yes, you're holding the racket inefficiently and you might not even know it. In this lesson, we're going to go over that right now. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution, and I'm eager and excited to show you how you can improve your forehand in a simple way, just by altering your grip. So let's get started right now. So there's one big mistake that you're making on your forehand. There's a good chance you're doing this and you're actually holding the racket wrong. I know this sounds crazy because I don't see a lot of coaches correcting this. They talk to you about your grip. They talk to you about having an Eastern grip or a semi-Western grip. And a lot of times when I see players holding the racket, they don't have their grip far enough over. So it's too much towards a continental. So when they go to swing the racket, they swing and they have to kind of flick over and they kind of stick their elbow out like this and they don't get any extension. And that's a function of holding the racket in more of that kind of weaker or softer continental grip or towards an Eastern grip. So a lot of times, again, people will show me their grip and their knuckle of their index finger is on this bevel right here. Sometimes it's even on this edge. So I like to have players slide their hand over so that they can get the bevel of the index finger, the index finger knuckle on this bevel right here. That's closer to a semi-Western. And the reason I like to do that is because players a lot of times have this knuckle too far towards the continental like this. So that's a really important distinction, but there's so much more to the mistakes that players are making. You see, when players hold the racket, a lot of times they hold it with their knuckles or their fingers squished together like this. I call this a block grip. And so players will come, they'll come with this block grip, and again, they're kind of muscling the ball and they're gripping really tight. You can see how tight my wrist is. And so what I like to help players do is spread out that trigger finger, that index finger, and look at the difference. Here's the block grip. So a lot of players, they'll hold the racket like this and they think nothing of it and they wonder why they struggle with their topspin forehand. But when they spread the index finger and they angle the knuckles like this, it changes everything. So now you're going to have this feel. You're going to actually feel the ball in your hand and you can release the racket head. So instead of being in a block grip, steering the ball, flicking the ball, you now have the trigger finger, the index finger spread, and you're actually able to throw the racket head towards your target. So when you swing, you can just throw the racket head at the target like that. And that's because you're holding the racket with this trigger finger spread like this. Now, there's even more, because a lot of players are too choked up on the racket. So they're just trying to muscle the ball, control the ball, get the ball in. But if you want to go to the next level, you've got to lower your hand on the racket. So how do we do that? It's simple. I want you to practice getting the heel of the hand off of the racket. So first of all, you need that trigger finger to happen. Then get the heel of the hand below the racket there. The pinky is still on the racket, so you're not hanging off like this. But that, again, is going to give you more leverage to let the racket head do the talking and to be more relaxed. So I want you to focus on these keys. I want you to avoid making the mistake that a lot of players are making. And that mistake is the grips. Well, there's many mistakes. The grip's not far enough over, the block grip, and choked up. Those three things. If we can get it closer to a semi-Western, if we can use this trigger finger like this, spread, and if we can get the heel of the hand below the racket like that, that's when your forehand can go to the next level. Now, if you enjoyed that lesson, helping you with your forehand grip, adjusting, making those little adjustments that can actually give you that forehand weapon that you're looking for, make sure that you click the link in the description below, because we're going to help you solve the amateur forehand mistakes that you could be making, and we're going to help you get your forehand to the next level. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, you turn on your notifications, and hey, give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, let us know that you liked it, because it helps YouTube figure out that we need to share this with more tennis players. So go ahead and give us that big thumbs up, smash that like button. We'll see you at the next lesson.